Now we're going to send it over to Matt Davenport, who's got an inside look at the future of economic development in Bannock County.
Thank you very much. Well, last week, the Bannock Development Corporation introduced its new executive director. John Regetz will now be the point man in recruiting and encouraging economic development in Bannock County. He joins us now to talk about his background and how that background will affect his efforts. Thank you so much for coming on the show this evening. We appreciate it. First, tell me a little bit about Bannock Development Corporation for those who aren't familiar with this nonprofit agency.
Well, Bannock Development Corporation is a public-private organization that works to attract new companies into the area, as well as expand existing companies and create job opportunities.
Okay, and so tell me, you have recently come to the East Idaho area. Tell me a little bit, from outside looking in, what attracted you to this area, and what have you seen as far as like targets of opportunity? Where do you think that this area can go?
Well, what attracted me personally is the great recreational opportunities that are here. My wife and I will enjoy those, but the resources that are here to do a variety of economic development attractions as well as expansions exist here. You have good manufacturing companies here like Peterson's, which has put up a new facility, and you have good high-tech companies like On Semiconductor that are here. Plus you have a research base in the area, also have an engineering school, and a lot of other resources at Idaho State University, and one of those is exemplified by the location of Allstate here, which looks to tap into that talent base that your university has with its students and with its graduates. And so you can look to develop that resource and to support that industry even more, especially when you have companies like Farm Bureau and Farmers Group here as well.
Very nice. Now, when you come into a situation like this and you talk about economic development and you come into an agency like the Bannock Development Corp, what do you think is on the first to-do list?
Well, given that we have such excellent resources, my job, first of all, is become acquainted with the contact people that administer and represent those resources. And then, of course, get acquainted with the companies that we'd like to partner with, and also get acquainted with the state officials that we depend on to, work with us on prospects and bring resources to the table as well, and get to understand the resources that are available for incentives at the local level here in the community.
So we've talked a little bit about Bannock Development Corp. Tell me a little bit about John Regetz. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I've been doing economic development for 25 years, and most recently I come from Michigan City, Indiana, where I was there for 6.5 years doing economic development, and we were focused mainly on manufacturing, but I've also worked in other communities in the nation where we worked with supercomputing companies, and in communities where we had a university and in that research environment that was working with computing and semiconductor development as well. So I feel that I've got a pretty well-rounded background that meets these resources that we have here in Bannock County and in the greater Pocatello area.
Kind of makes a nice match, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Now, when we talk economic development, a lot of people think of, well, what's coming to the area? What do you see as signs of opportunities that are already here that can grow?
Well, I think advanced manufacturing like Peterson's is an area that we can continue to build on. A nice resource that we have is the technical college that's part of Idaho State University here. It gives us the ability to put out training programs that can support the new kinds of production and the new products that advanced manufacturers are going to be producing. But it also gives us the opportunity to develop new training that's going to support the new technologies that are going to be applied as they come out of the research laboratories in the area.
Okay. Well, John, we appreciate you coming, spending time with us, and we wish you the best of luck. Thank you, John.
Thanks, Matt.
Now we'll send it back to the desk.